This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I love being here helping you with playing the guitar. In this video, I'm going to go over the strumming technique for playing chords on the guitar. And I'm going to explain a little bit about rhythm and meter because those things do pertain to strumming chords on the guitar. Now, this video lesson does accompany the Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 Method Book, which is part of my Method Book series. So it really accompanies Lesson 1 of that book, and if you have the book, then you can look at pages 9 through 11. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about here apply to what's on pages 9 through 11, and there's some more visuals and some different exercises and things that you can see there in the book. Okay, so strumming. What is the strumming technique? Well, it actually mimics the waving technique. So if you're doing a big wave to a friend, we do it mostly from the elbow with our forearm doing most of the moving and a little bit of movement in the wrist, just like that. So, hi, how you doing? That sort of thing. Now, when we bring that over to the guitar, we have this main part of our joint right here with the elbow. That's going to sit right where the side and the top of the guitar meet in a nice comfortable place for you where the shoulder's nice and relaxed. And then we just can move that forearm freely and the hand can just wave at the guitar. Now, when we're going to play the strings, then we're just going to be brushing those strings with, say, our thumb, and we're just going to catch it with the side of the thumb, just like that. But we still have that same relaxed motion in the wrist and in the arm. Now, ideally, you'll be playing with a pick at some point. A lot of my in-person students over the years have really liked starting with just their thumb, but getting to the pick gets a more pronounced sound. The pick is just an extension of the thumb as we're strumming, and we just do nice brush strokes across those strings, and it's as simple as that. If you need help with using a pick, which one to pick out, and how to hold it, that sort of thing, there is a video that goes with the introductory section of the chords book. So there's a video on the channel in the same playlist which will walk you through how to use a pick and how to hold a pick, how to select a pick to get you going there. So we just brush those strings though. Now, as we get started in this course, we're going to be doing all down strum. But once you get comfortable with that, you can actually go in the opposite direction as well and do down up strumming. We have to come back up to go down, so you can just do that down up. Sometimes when we're practicing our strumming, we don't necessarily want to hear the chords ringing over or the strings ringing over. You can just lightly mute the strings with your left hand. All I'm doing is lightly touching those strings right around the 5th fret, and it will become more rhythmic. So you can just go through it like that. But you want to start with just practicing those down strums, nice and easy. And then you can practice down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then throughout the course, there will be a lot of different strumming patterns that we learn. So I'm going to move now to understanding a little bit about rhythm so I can talk about how these strumming patterns get created and then how we work them into the songs that we play. The first thing that we need to understand when we're learning about rhythm and meter is the different lengths or the different values that are assigned to different rhythmic notes. So up here on the board, we've got a whole note. That's the open oval shape. It's worth 4 counts. So if I was playing a chord, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would ring out for all 4 of those counts. Then we have a half note. They look the same except that there is a stem that extends from the half note, and it can extend down or up. And so that one is only worth 2 counts. It's a half note. It's worth half as much as the whole note. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that sort of thing. If there's a dot sitting next to the half note, then it becomes a dotted half note and it's worth 3 counts. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that sort of thing. Then we have a quarter note. It's worth half of a half note and 1/4 of the whole note. And you'll notice that that oval shape is solidly filled in. It also has a stem. It's worth 1 count. The quarter note is most often where our beat is at, especially for the songs that we'll be playing through many of these first lessons in the course. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And and this is actually where we'll be starting out with most of our strumming. Eventually we'll get into eighth notes, which actually cut the quarter note or the beat in half, and you can get 16th notes that cut that in half, and 32nd notes that cut that in half. We don't generally go beyond that, but you could have a 64th note. It's just that they get really small and it's unusual. Most of our music, when we're doing strumming, happens at the quarter note level and the eighth note level, but we're going to start out with the quarter note level as we're working on strumming and rhythm. And then as the course progresses, we'll be getting into eighth notes. And it actually isn't that important that you could understand and interpret the rhythms, because the value of these videos is that I can actually play a strumming pattern and help walk you through it, especially as they get more and more complex. And you can just pick it up orally by ear and just intuitively as you play right along with me, which is the best part, because notation is really limited as far as catching all the different aspects that kind of go into the little nuanced things that go into strumming patterns. But it helps to understand these. Now, almost all the music that we play on the guitar has a meter to it, or a time feel to it, which means that there is a reoccurring rhythmic pattern that happens over and over in the same amount of time. So the most common time feel is called 4/4 time, or common time. 4/4 time has 4 quarter notes per measure, each measure of time. And those measures are indicated in written music by the vertical lines. So we're going to have 4 quarter notes per measure. Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many beats there are in each measure of time. We can have other rhythmic values. We can have any rhythmic values that add up to 4 counts per measure. So, for example, up here on the board, we could have a whole note, because that takes 4 counts. Or we could have 2 half notes. They each take 2 counts. Or we could have a dotted half note followed by a quarter note. So you get this 3 counts plus 1. Or vice versa, 1 count plus 3. Quarter note followed by the dotted half note. Then we could have, or we can have a half note and 2 quarter notes, or 2 quarter notes and a half note. All of those add up to 4 counts. And these would each fit nicely inside a measure of 4/4 time. So that's how it works. And of course, tempo would indicate how long some of these would be held, because we could do this slower or faster. So I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could do it faster, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So tempo influences how long these are held for, but it's equal. Each one is equal. And we get the different rhythmic values telling us in equivalence to each other how long each of these are held. So this matters. Measures matter and time feel matters, because the strumming patterns that we have will usually be something that works with the time feel for 1 measure of time. And a lot of the music we play has a groove to it, and those strumming patterns will go with the groove. Right now, as we get started, we're just doing 4 quarter notes per measure. We're doing all down strums on the beat. So we would have our strumming pattern would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it would be. And then we would insert that strumming pattern once per measure. So just for example, up here on the board with a little slash notation in the chords, which were explained in another video that goes with lesson 1. So if you're not familiar with any of this, you can check out that video. I've got written up here though, for each measure of time with those slash marks showing us where the beat is, we've got a chord above. So I would play this with the strumming pattern that we have of down, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. If I insert that once per measure, we're going to have G to the E minor to C to D. And then what's happening here is sometimes intermixed, we will have some of these rhythmic notes telling us how long to hold something for. So instead of strumming in this case, at the end here, it just wants us to hold out that G chord for 4 counts. 2, 3, 4, since it's a whole note. These are also drawn in rhythmic notation. So we have notation when we're reading notes on a staff, or even we can have notation to some degree with a tablature staff, but in standard music notation, we'll have pitches that are indicated where the rhythmic note is drawn on what line or space. But when we're not indicating a certain pitch, things are drawn in this more rhythmic notation. And you'll see that the quarter notes just kind of have these lines, and then these are more squared out. So that's rhythmic notation. That's usually how our strumming patterns are written, is in rhythmic notation. Okay, so there's an introduction into strumming and to rhythm, and to how we'll have these strumming patterns that work over one measure at a time that will be inserted. We're going to be doing a lot of this sort of thing together as we jam together on the different band tracks that I have for us, so we can jam as we work on chords. In the next video that comes out as a part of Lesson 1 with Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 is going to help us learn these 4 chords and work up to playing this progression. So G, E minor, C, and D, which we can work with this strumming pattern. So we're going to go ahead and learn these chords in the next video. And then in the last video that goes with Lesson 1, you can jam right along with me and the band as we work on this strumming pattern where we're doing 4 down strums per measure, and these chords, G, E minor, C, and D, using this chord progression and some others. So it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you in more of these videos. Take care. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.